Progressive discipline, punishment tied to severity and frequency of infractions. Porter's generic strategies framework, bottom left side, goes from narrow, then from top goes to broad. Those are for scopes. For the x-axis goes cost on the left side, then differentiation. Bottom left is cost focused, top left cost leadership, top right differentiation, bottom right differentiation focus. Porter's generic strategies are ways of gaining competitive advantage, in other words, developing the edge. Developing the edge that gets you the sale and takes it away from your competitors. Cost leadership, increasing profits by reducing costs while charging industry average prices. Increasing market share by charging lower prices while still making a reasonable profit on each side, on each sale, because you've reduced costs. Differentiation. Differentiation is making products and services different and more attractive than competitors. Uses. Good research, development, and innovation. Ability to deliver high quality product, effective sales / marketing. Consumer understands the benefit of a differentiation offer. Focus strategies, which is cost or differentiation. Focus strategies sell to niche markets and develop either low-cost or well-specified products for the market. Usually serve customers in the market while increasing brand loyalty. Something extra that you add can contribute to reducing costs, perhaps through your knowledge of specialist suppliers, or to increasing differentiation through your deep understanding of customers' needs. Number 3, the 4 steps in the control process. Step 1, establishing objectives and standards. Output standards, measure performance results in terms of quantity, quality, cost, or time. Input standards, measure effort in terms of amount of work expended in task performance. Step 2, measuring actual performance. Goal is accurate measurement of actual performance results and/or performance efforts. Other point, must identify significant differences between actual results and original plan. Step 3, comparing results with objectives and standards. Need for action reflects the difference between desired performance and actual performance. Comparison methods. Historical comparison, which is past performance. Relative comparison, compare with another person. Engineering comparison, uses scientific standards. Step 4, taking corrective action. Taking action when a discrepancy exists between desired and actual performance. Management by exception. Giving attention to situations showing the greatest need for action. Types of exceptions. Problem situation. Actual performance is below standard. And opportunity situation. Actual performance is above standard. SWOT. SWOT. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. SWOT analysis examines organizational strengths and weaknesses and environmental opportunities and threats. So, next one, feed forward, feedback, and concurrent controls. So, feed forward controls ensures the direction and resources are right before the work begins. Concurrent controls focus on what happens during work process, monitor ongoing operations to make sure they're being done according to plan, and feedback controls take place after work is completed, focus on quality of end results, provide useful information for improving future operations. Functional strategy. Just look it up real quick. Chapter 10. What the hell was that? What's going on? Okay, so functional strategy guides activities within one specific area of operations. Um, yeah, and for the next one, levels of strategies that can exist in a business. Okay, so that would be corporate. What business are we in? Corporation. Second, business. How do we compete in each of our major businesses? Strategic business unit A, B, C. Third one, functional. How do we best support each of our business strategies, including that would be finance, HR, and marketing. 8, what is e-business strategy? E-business strategy is strategically using the internet to gain competitive advantage. Number 9, what is contingency planning? It identifies alternative courses of action to take when things go wrong. Number 10, scenario planning, a long-term version of contingency planning, makes plans for possible future scenarios and backup and whatnot. 11, strategic planning, sets broad, comprehensive, and longer-term action directions for the entire organization. Number 12, participatory planning, includes the people who will be affected by the plans and/or will help implement them. 13, benchmarking, use of external comparisons to better evaluate current performance and identify possible actions for the future. 14, purpose of controlling. The purpose of controlling is to set objectives and monitor progress and take corrective action to make sure they are achieved. 15, management by objectives. Structured process of regular communication. Leader and worker jointly set up and review goals, so they work together to reach a final goal. Also helps with having a goal, a long-term goal, so you stay motivated. Internal control and external control. Internal control, motivated individuals and groups can exercise self-discipline in fulfilling job expectations. External control occurs through personal supervision and the use of formal administrative systems. Break-even point and economic order quantity. Break-even point is when revenues are sufficient to cover costs, fixed costs, or / price, minus or dash variable costs. Economic order quantity, order replacements whenever inventory levels fall to a predetermined point. Number 18, just-in-time scheduling and upside-down pyramid. Just-in-time scheduling, almost no inventories are maintained. Materials arrive when you need them. And upside-down pyramid puts customers at the top, served by workers whose managers support them. 19, chain of commands, getting taller, wider, and span of control, links all persons with successively higher levels of authority. Span of control, which would mean number of people reporting to you. So, chain of commands is the links all persons with successively higher levels of authority. Okay. Cross-functional teams, task forces, horizontal structures. So, cross-functional teams brings together members from different functional departments. Task force, convened for specific purpose and disbands when task is completed. Horizontal structure. Second. Okay, we can't find it. Don't know what a horizontal structure is. Let me search it up. So, the question was, cross-functional teams, task forces, and horizontal structures. Cross-functional teams brings together team members from different functional departments. Task force convene for a specific purpose and disbands when task is completed. Horizontal structure is also known as a flat organization. Has an organizational structure with few or no levels of middle management between staff and executives, transforming a highly hierarchical organization into a flat organization is known as delayering. So, what is a horizontal structure? A hierarchy in the tall company means that the company is more formal than one with a horizontal structure. A small business may develop from a horizontal structure and then into a vertical structure as it grows. So, basically, how many people are in charge and have power over others. Next, current trend in delegation. Delegate more and find more ways to empower people at all levels. 22.22, highly centralized and decentralized organizations. So, decentralized organizations, organic and adaptive, they allow lower level employees to participate in decision making. Higher centralized organizations, most of the decision making is at the top, so it's a mechanistic design. So intrapreneurship is entrepreneurial behavior by individuals and subunits within large organizations. So let's say you work at a waiter at a restaurant and you have ideas to make the restaurant better and stuff, like the examples Ms. Ross gave. That's intrapreneurship. Point 24, organizational design and organizing. Organizational design, process of creating structures that accomplish the organization's missions and objectives. Organizing arranges people and resources to work toward a goal. 25.25, adaptive organizations, operates with a minimum of bureaucratic features and encourages worker empowerment and teamwork. 26. Mechanistic and organic design. Mechanistic design, centralized with many rules and procedures, a clear-cut division of labor, narrow spans of controls, and formal coordination. Organic design is decentralized with few rules and procedures, open divisions of labor, and wide spans of control, and more personal coordination. So, point 27, bureaucracy. Bureaucracy emphasizes formal authority, order, fairness, and efficiency. Organizational effectiveness refers to sustainable high performance in using resources to accomplish mission and objectives. 29, boundaryless, no boundaries, so boundaryless organizations. Eliminates internal boundaries among subsystems and external boundaries with the external environment, like Google. Point 30, matrix structure combines functional and divisional approaches to emphasize project or program teams. Point 31. Point 31, work process is a related group of tasks that together create a value for the customer. Point 32, functional departments and divisional structure. So functional structure groups together people with similar skills who perform similar tasks. And divisional structure groups together people working on the same product in the same area with similar customers or on the same processes. Point 33, globalization strategy adopts standardized products and advertising for use worldwide. 34, diversification through vertical integration, where a business acquires suppliers, so backwards VI, V1, or distributors, forward V1, VI. Point 35, organizational culture, organization's mission. Organizational culture is the predominant value system for the organization as a whole. Organization's mission is a mission statement expresses the organization's reason for its existence in society. Point 36, strategic management and sustainable competitive advantage. So, strategic management is the process of formulating and implementing strategies. Sustainable competitive advantage is the ability to outperform rivals in ways that are difficult or costly to imitate. Point 37 is zero-based budget. Each new budget period can get a new budget. Yeah. If I had to add on to that, I would say it's like there's also other budgets like single-use plans that commit resources to activities, projects, or programs. Fixed allocates fixed amounts of resources, and flexible resources vary based on activity levels. So there's also the planning, the process of setting objectives and determining how to best accomplish them. Objectives are specific results that one wishes to achieve. Plan, a statement of action steps to be taken in order to accomplish the objectives. And the steps in the planning process: define your objectives, determine where you currently stand in reaching the objectives, try to anticipate future conditions, analyze and choose among action alternatives, implement the plan, and evaluate the results. So, just random 4 things. Planning, set a direction you want to go, decide where you want to go, decide how to go best at it. Organizing, to create structures. Controlling, to ensure results, measure performance, take corrective action. And leading, to inspire effort. So how do managers plan? Benefits of planning: improves focus and flexibility, action orientation, coordination, time management, control. Short range plans would be from a year or less. Intermediate range plans would be from 1 to 2 years. Long range plans would be 3 or more years. So, okay, so I don't remember if I said it, but strategic management. Management is the process of formulating and implementing strategies. Sustainable competitive advantage is the ability to outperform rivals in ways that are difficult or costly to imitate. I already said zero-based budget. Each new budget period can get a new budget. Rules or procedures, point 38. Plans that describe exactly what actions are to be taken in specific situations. Point 39. Operational plans and long-range plans define what needs to be done in specific areas to implement strategic plans. Informal structure, point 40, is the set of unofficial relationships among an organization's members. Okay. Liquidity the ability to generate cash to pay bills. Leverage, the ability to earn more in returns than the cost of debt. Asset management, the ability to use resources efficiently and operate at minimum cost. Profitability, the ability to earn revenue greater than cost. Purchasing control, leveraging buying power, committing to a small number of suppliers, working together in a supplier-purchaser partnerships. Inventory control, goal is to ensure that inventory is just the right size to meet performance needs, thus minimizing the costs. Thus minimizing the cost. Methods of inventory control: economic order quantity, order replacements whenever inventory levels fall to a predetermined point, and just-in-time scheduling. Almost no inventories are maintained. Materials arrive right when you need them. So that's economic and just-in-time. Strategic plans set broad, comprehensive, and longer-term action directions for the same organization. Operational plans define what needs to be done in specific areas to implement strategic plans. So production plans, financial plans, facilities plans, marketing plans, human resource plans. Forecasting, making assumptions about what will happen in the future. Qualitative forecasting uses expert opinions. Quantitative forecasting uses mathematical and statistical analysis. And all forecasts rely on human judgment. Planning involves deciding on how to deal with the implications of a forecast. So I don't remember if I said it, but benchmarking, use of external comparisons to better evaluate current performance and identify possible actions for the future. So adopting best practices of other organizations that achieve superior performance. Participatory planning includes the people who will be affected by the plans and/or will help implement them. Benefits of participation and involvement bring promoting creativity in planning, increases available information, fosters understanding, acceptance, and commitment to the final plan. So controlling, the process of measuring performance and taking action to ensure desired results, has a positive and necessary role in the management process. Steps already put down. If I were to talk about feedback control again, take place after work is completed, focus on quality of end results, provide useful information for improving future operations. Concurrent controls, focus on what happens during work process, monitor ongoing operations to make sure they're being done according to plan. And there's feed forward, internal, external, MBO, blah blah blah. MBO involves a formal agreement specifying workers' performance objectives for a specific time period, plans through which performance objectives will be accomplished, standards for measuring accomplishment of performance objectives, procedures for reviewing performance results. So pitfalls to avoid in using MBO: tying MBO to pay, focusing too much attention on easily quantifiable objectives, requiring excessive paperwork, having managers tell workers their objectives. And the advantages of MBO: focuses workers on most important tasks and objectives, focuses supervisors' efforts on important areas of support, contributes to relationship building, gives workers a structured opportunity to participate in decision making, and employee discipline systems. Discipline is the act of influencing behavior through reprimand. Discipline that is applied fairly, consistently, and systematically provides useful control. And to be effective, reprimands should be immediate, be directed towards action, not personality, be consistently applied, be informative, occur in a supportive setting, support realistic rules. Progressive discipline ties reprimands to the severity and frequency of the employee's infractions. seeks to achieve compliance with the least extreme reprimand possible. And I think I already said it, but purchasing control, leveraging buying power, committing to a small number of suppliers, working together in supplier-purchaser partnerships. Yeah, that's mostly it. Organizing arranges people and resources to work towards a goal. Organization structure is a system of tasks, reporting relationships, and communication linkages. Organization chart describes the arrangement of work positions within an organization. Formal structure is the official structure of the organization. Informal structure is the set of unofficial relationships among an organization's members. Departmentalization is the process of grouping together people and jobs into working units. Functional structure groups together people with similar skills who perform similar tasks. In a business firm, there'd be a president, and let's say 4 vice presidents. That will each be for marketing, finance, production, human resources, let's say. For a branch bank, the branch manager would have 4 different managers of trusts, operations, investments, and loans. In a community hospital, there'd be an administrator, and then 4 directors, example, and it would be medical staff, nursing, clinics, patient services. So, functional chimney problem is a lack of communication and coordination across functions. Divisional structure groups together people working on the same product in the same area with similar customers or on the same process. Divisional structure is based on product, geography, customer, and process. So, for type, product, focus, good or service produced. Example, general manager, and then there would be either grocery products or drugs and toiletries. Next is geographical, location of activity, president, and then Asian division or European division. Next is customer, focus, customer or client service. Would be agency administrator, then problem youth or senior citizens. Next is process, activities part of same process. So it would be catalog sales manager, and then that would be top, and then it would be product purchasing or order fulfillment. Product structure groups together people and jobs related to a single product or service. Geographical structure groups together people and jobs performed in the same location. Customer structure groups together people and jobs that serve the same customers or clients. Process structure groups jobs and activities that are part of the same processes. Matrix structure combines functional and divisional approaches to emphasize project or program teams. So, example, let's say random thing, general manager at the top, manager of projects, then project A manager, project B manager, project C manager, and then manufacturing manager at the top, and then engineering manager, and then sales manager. So, for manufacturing manager, there'd probably be like manufacturing manager A, B, C, Team structure uses permanent and temporary cross-functional teams to improve lateral relations. Project teams are convened for a particular task or project and disbanded once it's completed. So, let's say something random again. Plant manager at the top. Then it would be manufacturing manager, sales manager, engineering manager, human resource manager, and each of those having 2 special dots. Would be new product development team, valuing diversity task force. Okay, I don't know, I don't get it. Network structure uses IT to link with networks of outside suppliers and service contractors. Outsourcing is when a business function is contracted to an outside supplier. A boundaryless organization eliminates internal boundaries among subsystems and external boundaries with the external environment. A virtual organization uses IT and the internet to engage a shifting network of strategic alliances. Upside down pyramid puts customers at the top, served by workers whose managers support them. Chain of command links all persons with successively higher levels of authority. That's it, I think.